Okay, hello, good evening, guys. Welcome back to our January week 2. Right, hello, Yashvini. Scammers say Bob 10 rarely came out because according to past years, they really did seldom came out. But yeah, okay, about that, right? Oh, you had your science exam already? You had a science exam already? Uh, because my student last week, okay, I had a student last week, last Friday, she told me the same thing. The teacher told them that chapter 10 will be coming out. So yeah. Who knew? Am I right? Who knew? So Yashwini, can you do those question 10, sorry, chapter 10 questions? Can you? Did the heliocentric and geocentric came out? Did remote sensing came out? I think remote sensing came out. Oh, no. Then what did they ask for chapter 10 then? You don't tell me they asked rockets, like like seriously, Okay. Oh, the Russian guy, Yuri Gagarin, was it? Okay, the first guy who went to space. Radio telescope. What the hell is a radio telescope? You see, even you ask me this, I don't know, to be fair. Right, so guys, can I ask who haven't had their exams yet? Who haven't had their exams yet? Hello, Yihui. Why are you here today? Who haven't had their exams yet? Okay, you, Yihui, you. Who else? Wilton, but never say what's the cause. Most likely it's the water lor. Oh, your exam is tomorrow. Or kena COVID Wow, now you kena Wow, very panlai you choose time. Now only you kena. Tembak dust settle. Yeah, I think it's the dust. Hey, Yashini, your paper is the same as my student, Uh, my student from Sri Kembangan. Oh, Saturday's not exam. Okay, okay. Because right, yesterday, I had Mandarin Form 3 class. I told them the exact same thing. So you guys had the same paper lah. Your paper was today, is it, Yashini? Okay, okay, okay. Okay, because yesterday I told them all these tips. My Mandarin class, I told them all the exact same tips. So that means the same paper came out lah. The same paper came out because and let me guess, they came out with GPE, KE, and EPE. No? Oh no? And they came out with the 6 layers of the sun. Oh, only got work done. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, that's weird. That's weird. Okay, I guess it's a little bit similar lah. Okay. So anyway, Bob 9 don't have at all. Right. Okay, because according to my student, the other student from another Selangor school, she said the teacher read the paper and told them that chapter 1 is not coming out at all. There will not be any question on chapter 1. None at all. So wow, you see, it's very hard to predict. Okay, where light intensity. Oh, okay, okay. Is it like the phototropism one? Right, so I guess today we'll be doing another revision lah, guys. I know some of you had your exams, but most haven't. So I'm still gonna continue with my revision. We will enter biology stuff next week, right? And in case you guys don't know, next Thursday is the last day before we head for our Chinese New Year break. So Friday is a holiday, next Friday. Starting from next Friday is our TTC holiday. So next Thursday, this class, it will be our week 3 class and we will head for holiday. Okay? Friendly, gentle reminder, put plant die because light density because the person was the same. Oh, okay. Right, we'll see how then. We'll see how then. Right, anyway, let's go to set two. We did set one last week, so let's go to set two. Right, guys, I know you're sick of revision, huh? But we still have to do it because most of you haven't had your exams yet. So next week, when everyone has finished their exam, then we will officially enter biology. Right? And as for our next week biology class, right, I will try to include some extra stuff in so that our biology class will be a little bit more interesting. Okay, we'll see how. Okay, that's for next week already. Right, so let's finish our last revision class today, shall we? Shall we? Okay, so I'll try to cover as many as I can, as much as I can, so that it can, help you in the exam a little. Right, and as for those who, so Yashwini, did you do your paper well? Did you do your paper well? Was it okay? Was it okay? Please tell me. Oh, okay. That's good lah. That's good lah. I mean, as long as you guys do okay, that's good lah. Right. Anyway, so let's look at number one, 1A. This is page S25. S25. I'll try to go through this quickly. So for those who finish your exam, like Yashwini, you can just kind of chill here. I guess it's mostly in front. But oh, that means they ask a lot of biology lah. Oh, Rebecca said she didn't do well. Okay. Ah, she same class as you. She same class as you, huh? Ah, I see. Okay. Anyway, so let's take the correct space. Uh, enable the cell to plants to maintain cell turgidity. What is cell turgidity? Kesegahan cell. You'll be learning this in biology next year. Cell turgidity is when cell becomes full. Their vacuole absorbs water. You see, I give the answer already. The cell absorbs water, the vacuole absorbs water, and it becomes full. So this is your hydrotropism. Okay, maybe she did well lah. Maybe she did well lah. Maybe her marks will surprise her. Who knows, right? I mean, sometimes you think that you didn't do well but the marks might surprise you. Okay, let's hope that way. Anyway, so to stabilize the position of the plant in the ground, so to stand firm in the ground, this is your geotropism. You grow towards gravity. All right. Anyway, you know what is phototropism and thigmotropism, huh? Photo is sunlight, thigmo is touch. Oh my God. Oh shit. Damn, it feels like I cheated. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so guilty now. What chapter is she referring to? Is it chapter 10? Is it chapter 10? Oh, the chapter 10 one. Because that really is the case, Chapter 10 they don't ask one. I mean, there's not much to study there lah. There's only the geo and heliocentric there, and some rockets and some space probes. That's pretty much it. Oh my God, I feel so bad right now. Okay, anyway, so B, underline the correct answer for the statement below. So should shows positive phototropism, okay, because it grows towards the sun. And then what shows negative geotropism? I'm growing away from the gravity, so I'm the should. Okay, away from the gravity. So next, number two, organism that needs a transport system. If I need a transport system, I'm a complex organism. I'm a very complex organism. So that would be your rabbit, and that would be the octopus. These are complicated, complex organism, while they are simple organism. So they don't need any transport system. Okay, things like that. Anyway, B, circle the substance transported by the transport system. So they transport your oxygen, they transport your amino acid. All right, oxygen, amino acid. Nerve impulse is an electric signal, so no. Fiber, you're not absorbing fiber because fiber is, we cannot break down fiber. Okay, next, so who is exothermic? Exothermic is when you release heat to the surrounding. the surrounding becomes hot, that would be number 3 and number 4, because both of these are burning. Combustion, fire. When you have fire, you release heat to the surrounding. Well, what is number 1? This is boiling water. Can't even see what is that, I know. Right, I'll tell you this. So this is boiling water. Boiling is endo, because the water absorb heat, right? And then what is this? This is your, can you see this is frying egg? This is cooking. So cooking is endo. Okay, cooking is endo because food, they absorb heat. Okay, food absorbs heat and they become cooked. So both are endo. Okay, I know the picture looks a bit blurry lah. So your exam will look slightly better, I hope. Okay, anyway. So next B, change of heat. So endo will absorb heat, exo will release heat lah. Okay, bebaskan haba. I'm just gonna write short answers here. And then surrounding temperature, exo is to make around surrounding hot. This is to make surrounding cold, so decrease. Menurun. Alright, so next, work done. So what is work done? When there's movement, there will be work done. So that will be getting on the bus and ironing clothes because you're moving. You're standing still, you're sitting on a chair, you're not moving. So when there's no movement, there will be no work done. Remember, work done is force times displacement. Whenever there's displacement, whenever there's movement, there will be work done. All right, next B, take on the factors that increase the quantity of gravitational potential energy. What increases GPE? Right, so this has to go back to your formula. Guys, explain everything with a formula. GPE equals to mgh. So what increases your GPE? You increase your m and you increase your h. Or you can increase your g lah by moving to another planet. Okay, that's not possible, isn't it? So you can increase your mass, because when you increase your mass, you increase your GPE. So mass of object increase, or you increase your h. When you increase your height, your GPE increase too. So distance between object and ground. That's the height lah. Does snake have one atrium, two ventricle? Well, snake is a reptile. I would think so. I would think so. That's a good question though. That's a good question though. Let's ask Google, shall we? Snake is not in the syllabus, leh. What are you asking, leh? Snakes. How many atrium? Are there two atrium and one ventricle? Wait, yeah, one ventricle, one ventricle. I mean, actually, do you mean what, two atrium, one ventricle? Because I don't think there's anyone with, I don't think there's anyone with one atrium, two ventricle. All right, frog and crocodile. I think it's frog and snake though. I think it's frog and snake because crocodile, you have to consider their size. Crocodile is pretty big. So if I were you, I would say it's frog and snake because they are smaller. Yeah, I think that's the answer. I think it's frog and snake. One more only one. Right. Anyway, so gravitational force decrease. Okay, this is not nothing to do with gravitational force. Right, next, label subatomic particle. Guys, please don't get this wrong. Thank you. This is your proton. Number 1 is a proton. Number 2 is an electron. Okay, you have to look at the size. Okay, about the hard thing, right? You have to look at the size. The bigger an animal is, the more hard chambers they have. I mean, crocodile is a very big animal, so it would make sense they have two atrium and two ventricle. I mean, yeah lah, they are reptiles lah. You might say, sir, reptiles have one ventricle, right? Yeah, if you look at lizards, because they're very small. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Anyway, so B, write true or false for the following statement. Atom is charged when number of proton and electrons are equal. No, because proton is plus, electron is negative. So when you have equal amount, it should be neutral. Okay, so this is false. Okay, that should be neutral. So number two, the ionizing power of alpha is higher than gamma. So alpha is 2 positive, gamma is 0. So yes. What is ionizing power? Let me remind you. Ionizing power is I change things to become charged. You see, alpha has 2 positive. Alpha can easily make someone positive. Gamma is 0, so gamma is very hard to make someone charged. So beta is the middle. Beta is 1 negative. But this is balance, guys. This is balance. Alpha has strong ionizing power, but it has weak penetration power. Alpha cannot go through things. Alpha cannot even pass through paper. Gamma is very weak ionizing power, but they have strong penetration power. So it's like a good at something but bad at something thing. Right? So if you're good at something, you're bad at another thing. So it's the opposite. Alright, hope this makes sense. Anyway, so number 6, name 2 diseases related to respiratory system. Wow, we have so many here. You have lung cancer, okay, cancer paru. You have, what else do you have? Asthma. Okay, what else do you have? Bronchitis, emphysema, pneumonia. You can always say COVID-19. COVID-19 is a respiratory disease. Okay, because they infect your lungs. Right, I'm sure everybody knows this. Next, B, do you think this sign can remind the public not to smoke? Explain your answer. Well, what say you? What say you? If this is in exam, would you say yes or no? Anyone? Anyone? Would you say yes or no? Would you say yes or no? No. Okay, right? Because if I were you, for the sake of more points, right? I mean, if you write yes, you have to explain though. Okay, why yes? Why no? Ah, lose faith in humanity. What kind of answer is that? Yo. Okay, I mean, if this is in Singapore, it works lah. It works lah. You can say yes. You can say yes. Uh, but you see, guys, when you say yes, right? What's the answer? It reminds the public not to smoke. You're repeating the answer, right? For me, okay, for me, right, if you guys, by the way, this answer I uploaded it to Google Classroom. You can check it there. But for me, right, I will say no. Okay, I will say no. Why? Because enforcement is still required. Okay, penguatkuasaan masih diperlukan. Okay, what is enforcement? What is penguatkuasaan? To have one law and to enforce it, it's totally different thing. What is enforcement? That means if you break the law, they arrest you. All right. Like you see Malaysia, our speed limit is 110 on the highways. Do people ever follow? You see, that's the point. I mean, if there's camera in front, you would lah, because the camera is the enforcement, right? But when there's no one watching, if there's no camera, to hell with your speed limit, I'm gonna drive what I want, right? I'm just gonna drive at 150, 160. So the same thing applies here. Okay, the same thing applies here. Whether you have a law or whether you enforce it is totally different thing. I'm just being realistic here, guys. I mean, I know this is exam question, you should always say yes lah. But for me, I think yes is very hard to explain. Okay, I mean, if you say yes, right? What's your answer gonna be? So anyone with their answer, I mean, this can be wrong or right. So it's up to you, because if your answer is yes, then you need a good answer. Because you see those police even police officers you see them sitting at mama with this sign right in front of them they still smoke. I mean, I'm trying to be realistic here, guys, because that's the truth. The sign exists, but nobody follows. Right? Anyway, number C, Mr. Hisham always smokes in front of his son and his pregnant wife. Well, he's a terrible father. Give two possible effects towards the kid and the unborn baby. Right, let's talk about the kid first. What will happen to the kid? He might cause him to have asthma attack. Okay, serangan asthma. As for the baby, he might cause something called premature birth. Okay, kelahiran perawatan. What does it mean? That means before due date, the baby is already born, as in 早产, right? Like 7, 8 months, the baby already pop out. This is one of the reason of smoking, right? When you smoke, your baby will be born prematurely. I mean, the baby won't die lah, but it's going to be very good for the baby, right? You affect you can even say affects brain development, causes birth defects, kecacatan kelahiran, can, no problem, right? Because they are pointing to the kid and the unborn baby. Okay, hope this makes sense. Okay, anyway, next. So a banana plantation company wants to find a suitable land for banana plantation. State the space technology that can help the company explore a suitable land. Explain your answer. Right, this is chapter 10. This is chapter 10. So, what space technology can you use to detect what land is suitable? Where is the suitable land? This is what we call remote sensing. Okay, penderiaan jauh. Alright. I mean, guys, when I say things won't come out right, I mean, it's not like I really mean that. It's just that it has lower chance of coming out, right? It has lower percentage of coming out, but lower percentage doesn't mean zero, right? I mean, I'm not trying to find excuse for myself. I'm not trying to let myself off the hook, but this is what I mean, right? I mean, yeah, sometimes you know lah, our Ministry of Education they like to play this kind of tricks one. They like to ask things that nobody ever studied. And they will do it in a very unpredicted fashion. You thought that they are going to do it this year? No, they will do it next year. Or the least expected year, they will do it to try to catch you off guard. Right, so this is called remote sensing. So what is it? Explain your answer. So they use satellite. So satellite is used to scan for suitable land. Okay, satellite digunakan untuk memesan tanah yang sesuai. So we use satellite to scan. Right, this is what we call remote sensing. We use satellite to scan for the suitable land. They even do the same thing to scan for earthquake, to scan for tsunami, to scan for landslide. Right, basically it's like taking a picture of the earth. You know ozone layer? The picture of ozone layer, how did they find a hole up there? This is remote sensing. Okay, this is remote sensing, right? Guys, if this comes out in the exam, you know the paper is trying to trick you, because guys, like I said, nobody ever studies for chapter 10. Heck, not even chapter 9. So far, I've recommended my student not to study for chapter 10 for the longest time, but who knew this year they're asking about chapter 10. So what can I say? Right, so B, so there are two types of remote sensing, berdirian jauh. If you were one of the owner of the banana plantation, which type of remote sensing would you choose? Justify your answer. Right, so we have passive remote sensing and we have active remote sensing. What does it mean? Passive means we use the sunlight and reflect this to our satellite. So if there's no sun, we cannot see anything. We are using the sunlight, we are borrowing sunlight. So that's why it's called passive. But active, right? Everything is done by the satellite itself. Okay, they will produce the light and then they will absorb the light. So no sun is needed. They do not need to depend on the sun. They do everything by themselves. That's why they are active. Okay, so which type would you choose? You can go for active. For me, I would go for active. Why? Because no sunlight is required, or no sun is required. The other cahaya matahari diperlukan. Right? You don't need sunlight, so it can be done anytime. Remote sensing can be done at any time. Penderiaan jauh boleh dilakukan bila-bila masa. You can do it anytime. Well, if you want to say passive, because active is more expensive, yes, sure. No problem. I always like to say that answers like these, you can do both ways as long as your explanation is correct. I would say that. I don't like to say, oh, this kind of answer you must surely write no or yes. Because I mean there's no one dead answer, right? Right? It could be both. Okay, so active is in my case, I think it's better because you don't need the sun. But if this is more expensive, then you would want to maybe go for passive. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Next, C1, space technology. Wow, space again. Space technology gives us many benefits to humans' life. Do you agree with this statement? Do you agree with this statement? Okay, I would say yes. So what does space technology give us? The first thing I can think of is telecommunication. Okay, you get free internet everywhere. Telekomunikasi. Right, you can say able to detect natural disaster, can detect earthquake, can detect tsunami, can detect the ozone layer, thinning of ozone layer. Yeah, sure. Everything, every one of it is space technology. Right? Are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? Are you guys still with me? I mean, some of you finish your exam lah, like Yashwini, you finish your exam. So what's for tomorrow though? What's for tomorrow though? What paper are you having tomorrow? You're not dead yet. Good, good, good. Yihui, how's your COVID? Are you having fever? Are you having fever? When did you start your COVID? Please don't die yet, After not at least not at least until you finish your exam. Hey, I have a question though. If you guys gonna COVID, right? Do you still go to the school for exam or do they let you resit the exam? You see, this is a very funny question, isn't it? Are you allowed to sit for, I mean, since you're sick, right? You cannot do anything, right? What happens when you get COVID? Because for SPM, for SPM, you will need to recover first, only they let you do. And if I'm not mistaken, they let you do another copy. Because SPM got like 2, 3 copies, maybe they let you do another copy. 刚刚好有 school exam break. Okay, okay. Wow, so ngam ah. Oh, okay. Right. So guys, don't get COVID. I mean, the worst thing that could happen when you are having your exam halfway is you getting sick. Right? Because case in point, halfway through SPM, my friend had dengue. My friend got dengue, and he did quite badly in it because he couldn't write. He couldn't focus. Even we fed him the information because we would, let's say moral lah, we would take moral at 10 p.m. sorry 10 a.m. Then he would take the moral paper, the same moral paper like 2 hours later. So we kind of texted him like what's coming out. But even so, he cannot score because he was so sick. He was, having such high fever. He has no mood to write. I mean, understood lah, isn't it? Okay, so wish you the best of health. Don't get sick, even though this is something you cannot control. Next, number 8, thermochemistry. Guys, I'm gonna skip this. Exo and endothermic, I don't want to talk about this. I've mentioned this a million times already. Endothermic is enter. Heat enters. You absorb heat, surrounding becomes cold. Right? Exo, exit. My heat exit my body, surrounding becomes hot. That's it, okay? So I'm not gonna go through this. It's a waste of time. It's really easy. So number 9, transformer. Transformer. Yashwini, did they ask this in exam? Did they ask about the electricity bill in exam? Right. So anyway, number 9, not really, Oh, not really. What kind of weird paper are you sitting for? Why is it so weird? This is the core chapter. I mean, why are they not asking it? Oh, they asked about step down. Okay, okay, that means got lah. That means got lah. At least they asked something lah. Okay, so anyway, transformer is a device that can raise or lower the voltage of an AC. I see AC here. Azima has drawn a circuit diagram containing a transformer. So according to Bron Surina, the apparatus setup is wrong. Why is this wrong? Why is this wrong? Because this transformer is connected to a dry cell. Yes, thanks. Okay, it is connected to a dry cell, which is a DC, right? Transformer can only work with AC, as mentioned in the question here. So for BM, ia disambungkan ke sel kering. This is your arus terus. Luckily, your brain can still use. Can lah, can one. Not ask you to do sejarah also. Hey, sejarah how Sejarah how You COVID like that, you can score sejarah. Okay, so transformer requires AC. Transformer memerlukan arus ulang-alik. Yo, first is sejarah. Yo, dialogue like that. Hey, I realize no other subject is as big as a problem as sejarah, isn't it? It's always sejarah, isn't it? It's never BM, it's never BI, it's never science or never geography, never. It's always sejarah. Even heck, going to Form 5, you ask your SPM senior what's the most feared subject? None of them will say other subjects other than sejarah. It's always sejarah. What's so hard about sejarah? What's so hard about sejarah? I mean, I don't know lah, but for me, sejarah is the best subject ever. I'm not trying to flex here, guys, but it really is because it's just storytelling. I mean, they're all dead, but It's just storytelling, right? It's about the struggle for power, isn't it? Right? It's always about struggle of power. Anyway, so B, Azima is asked to draw correct the diagram. So how should she draw? Right. How does AC look like? AC look like this. So this is how you should draw. So this is an AC. Since it's connected to a light bulb, you draw a light bulb here. And then it is connected to a transformer. So this is how you draw a transformer. Right? This is the symbol of a transformer. I'm trying to follow back because this is your step up from less to more. So this should be a step up too. Okay, this is how I draw mine. I'm just drawing the symbol, guys. I don't want you to draw this whole freaking thing. Okay, there's no point of you drawing this whole freaking thing. Sorry guys, I'm a bit sleepy because I need to rush you guys for your Form 3 exams. I'm really tired. And then after you, I need to rush my Form 5s for SPM. God bless them because SPM is another headache. Right, anyway, so label the primary coil and the secondary coil. So your primary coil is here, Gegelung Prima, and this is your secondary coil. And just in case you forgot the name, primary coil is also called an input. Secondary coil is usually called the output. Okay, you get this right? You still remember this, right? So we are going to skip number 3 because this question looks a bit funny. I'm going to skip this. Compare the location of both coil. I mean, the difference is one on the left, one on the right lah, but I don't know what's the similarity. They are both coils. They're both circles. Okay, fine, whatever. We skip this. All right, anyway. Hey, this is Form 2 though. Mr. Ali decides to rewire his house for safety purpose. The contractor in charge recommends him to install 2X. Do you know what is this? Any one of you? Do you know what is this? A pole. Pole your head lah, pole. What is this? What is this? You have one big ass such thing on top of KLCC. Okay, yes, it's a lightning conductor. Ashwin, thank you. Yes, it's a lightning conductor. Okay, this thing stops lightning from hitting your house. So conductor blood. So what does it do? Explain the function. This is to conduct lightning to the ground. Okay, untuk mengkonduksikan kilat ke tanah. Right, to carry the charge, put it at the ground so they don't get electrocuted. Malaysia is notorious for doing this. You might say, sir, notorious. Yeah, you look at our buildings, right? In the 90s, right, we built, I don't know lah, for me, this is like it's like a dick measuring contest. To prove Malaysia, we are very rich, instead of having one tallest building, we had 2. Right? And when we found out that, shit, we have no money to build it taller, so what do? We build a big ass lightning conductor, and then we say, you see, we are number 1 now. Isn't this a dick measuring contest? Right? It's like guys and cars, right? You buy a big car, I'll buy a bigger car. Right? This is some kind of, midlife crisis lah. Right? You see some uncles, they do this one. You buy a SUV, I'm gonna buy a pickup truck to prove you that my manhood is bigger than yours. Malaysia, we are famous for doing this one. Even heck, our Merdeka 118 is the same thing. You see, our country is poor as fuck. Okay, we have no money to build buildings, so we build a tall ass one, and we couldn't allocate enough budget for it. So hey, let's pull out an old trick from the book, from our textbook. Let's build another big ass lightning conductor so that our Merdeka 118 building looks taller than what it is. See, absolutely childish, right? I mean, the thing's job is to attract lightning and carry it to the ground. As long as it's taller than your building, that would be enough. But why would we need to build such a tall one? Dick measuring contest lah, as I said. Right, again, Malaysia is famous for this thing. Anyway, so a ball is dropped from a hill to the ground as shown. So at the top, if you remember, this is GPE. Okay, GPE. Maximum GPE, it should have 0 KE. When it's at the bottom, it's the reverse. All the GPE now change into KE. So it has 0 GPE. Right? We have gone through this before. So state the energy change. So it goes from GPE to KE. Dari tenaga keupayaan gravity kepada tenaga kinetik. I mean, guys, please don't write short form. Please don't write short form and please don't write point form. Please don't write point form unless your teacher tells you so. I have some students, right? Their teachers are really cool. They say, to make my job easier and to make your job easier, why not you just write in point form? Wow, awesome, man. If you have teachers like this, awesome. If your teacher is the schema nerdy, stick in the mud type, she will die ask you to write point form, ask you to write continuous form. And worst case scenario, she even wants you to repeat the question. State the change of energy that occurs when the ball drops. The change of energy that occurs when the ball drops is GPE to KE. You see? This is the schema type. Nobody likes them, right? Right? It's like one of those guy in your class. Actually, you are wrong. According to my shut up. Right? There's always this guy in your class, isn't it? That smart ass guy. Those type lah. If your teacher is those type, then I wish you the best of luck lah. You better give her the complete answer, or else she will just give you a big cross. Okay, your teacher is the uncool type. I'm sorry. Anyway, so B, at which position does the ball have the highest PE? So highest PE should be here. Okay, that's the highest GPE. So A. So highest KE should be here. Okay, the ball will be the fastest here. Just because it rushed down the hill. So compare the potential energy possessed by the ball at A and D. So A should have more potential energy, right, compared to D. So you can say A is higher than D. I mean, in no way you should write like this. You should say potential energy at A is higher than D. Instead of this lazy answer here, but hey, as long as you get the point. So D, calculate the potential energy at A. So what's the energy here? So GPE formula is mgh. M is 3, G is 10, height is 10. So you get 300 joule here. So it's 300 GPE here, right? But KE is 0. When you reach the bottom now, GPE should be 0 now. KE should be 300. All the GPE has been converted into KE, right? Because according to principle of conservation of energy, energy cannot be created, energy cannot be destroyed. Right? This is called prinsip keabadian tenaga. Tenaga tidak boleh dicipta, tenaga tidak boleh dimusnahkan. Energy should always stay the same. All right. So calculate the kinetic energy at D. So there's no need for you to calculate. The KE should be 300. Assuming there's no friction lah. There's no friction, no resistance whatsoever. This is a perfect world where you will still get back that 300. I mean, that's not going to happen, but hey, this is just a theoretical situation. So calculate the velocity at D. So since we have the KE at, we know that KE equals to 1 over 2 mv squared. So KE is 300, right? 1 over 2, m is 3, the ball is 3 kg, v squared. So calculate the v. So v equals to square root 200. Move this up, move this down. You should get 200, and then square, you move here, it becomes square root. So you should get 14.14 meter per second. Okay, so this is what the speed should be if it's a perfect situation. So G is the total energy stored in the ball in position A the same as total energy at D? Explain. So you see, the total energy here is 300. The total energy here is also 300. So is it the same? Yes, it is the same. Right? Explain, because energy is conserved. Tenaga diabadikan. Or you can say energy is not created nor destroyed. Tenaga tidak dicipta dan tidak dimusnahkan. Right? Are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? Why is it so quiet in the chat? Are you guys still with me? Please say yes. It's like I'm talking to myself here. Dead already. I can see that. I can see that. Are you guys there? Are you guys there? Ashwini, I'm sorry, you have to go through this again. I so much wish that we could go into biology today. But yeah, what to do? Some schools they are having it late. Okay, you guys still there? Are you guys still there? Hello? Hello? Okay, yes, Josian, thank you. Okay, finally, I get some response. Thank you. Hey, you guys don't respond, I feel very sleepy one, eh? Don't, please keep me entertained while I keep you entertained. Right, so 11. Diagram 11 shows a stick of celery placed in a beaker containing water with added food coloring and another beaker containing distilled water. The initial volume of water in both beakers is the same, right? So they start with the same amount of water. So the water level in both beakers drop after 3 days. Compare the difference of water level in both beakers. Explain your answer. So who should have less water? Who should have less water? The one with the celery should have less water. Yes, thank you. 1 should be less than 2. Why? Come, you tell me. Anyone wants to tell me instead of me giving you the answer straight? Drink water. I mean, technically true, but what's the process? What's the process called? If you know, you know. I don't know. I don't know. Why not you tell me? I don't know. What is this celery doing? What is this celery doing? It absorbs water and it gives out water to the environment. What is this process called? What is the plant losing water process called? Yes, thank you. Transpiration. Right? Because celery carries out transpiration. Okay, in beaker 1, if you want to complete answer. So sadari menjalankan proses transpirasi. Right? If it's a 3-mark question, so we can say transpiration, plant loses water to the surrounding. Okay, so they will suck the water up and throw it to the environment. Okay, whereas this one is just normal evaporation. So now can you see how plants keep the soil dry? How the plants keep the soil dry? The more trees you have, the drier the soil is, the less chance of having landslide. Right? So trees, they are actually very important. I mean, you should know by now lah. After you studied geography for like 3 years. So number 2, what will happen to the water level in beaker 1 if all the celery leaves are removed? Right, if I cabut all the leaf, Will there still be transpiration? Not really. So the water will be more. There will be less transpiration. So what happens to the water level? It will be higher. Okay, lebih tinggi. It should have more water because there's less transpiration. Transpirasi yang kurang. So B, what is X? The one inside here, they say it's stained blue. The one that has color, it's always the xylem. Okay, xylem always has the color. So one function of X, what is xylem for? Is to transport water and mineral salt. Untuk mengangkut air dan garam mineral. Okay, to transport water and mineral salt. Okay, you can just say water lah, but mineral salt is also one of it. So let's finish this. Wow, this is a very long question. So mangrove tree, do you know what is mangrove tree? As in Hongsu, the tree you find in swamp. So it's a plant which can survive in salt water near the coastal area. Diagram 11.3 shows the salt crystal formed under the leaves of the mangrove tree. So when you look underneath mangrove tree, Minecraft got this thing on. I thought Minecraft is just about mineral. Okay, so these are salt. So when the water, okay, the stoma, right? Okay, the mangrove trees, right? They will get rid of all the extra salt from their stoma. So you will see salt crystal at the bottom of the leaf. Oh, really? Okay. Wow. Minecraft is such a educational game, huh? Wow, okay. I used to be skeptical of the game. Now I'm thankful for it because you guys know a lot of stuff from there. So explain how salt crystal is formed. So you can say the mangrove tree. I'm just gonna write it empty lah. Mangrove tree eliminates salt water from stoma. Okay. Pokok bakau menyingkirkan air garam dari stoma. So what happens now? So water evaporates and salt crystallizes. Okay, air tersedia dan garam dihablukan. Okay, the water evaporates, so now the salt comes together. The same thing happens when you have kidney stone. Do you know that? When you don't drink enough water, when you pee your water out, and then the salt crystallizes in your kidney, there you have a kidney stone, and it hurts like a bitch. Right? You get it once, you know what I mean, right? Kidney stone is a major pain in the ass. Literally. Yeah, it's not in the ass, like it's in your abdomen, but okay, you get what I mean. Okay, so explain why more salt crystal are formed under leaves during hot day, because there's more transpiration, there's more salt water eliminated. Okay, lebih transpirasi, lebih air garam disingkirkan. Yeah, okay, write this yourself, please. Okay, I'm not gonna write so long of an answer. Right, so guys, I think I'm going to stop here because our time is almost up. So as I said again, guys, the answer is already posted in Google Classroom last Saturday. So please check it there. At least finish. Okay, if your exam is tomorrow or the day after, whatever, at least finish the objective. Use the objective as like your revision. Okay, you revise using your objective question. And for those who have done your exam, okay, well done to you. Kudos. Right? Next week, we shall jump straight into our Form 4s. I can't wait for that. So this officially ends our last class of Form 3. Right? You're not a kid anymore. You are considered as an upper form senior from now on. Okay, wow, time flies, isn't it? Right, anyway, so guys, I think I'll stop here. Good luck to you if you're having an exam tomorrow. I will see you again the same time next week as we enter Form 4. Right, I can't wait for that. So good luck to you. Have a happy Thursday night. I will see you soon. Okay, so do take care of yourself. I will see you again. So see you. Good night, take care, and bye-bye.